Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Eastern Lifestyle. I'm your host, Davia Pugh.
And I'm your reporter, Kaylee Riccatelli.
Thank you so much for being with us. We're happy you're here. Get ready for an awesome show. In this episode, we're exploring North Carolina's first Capitol building in New Bern. We'll hear awesome stories, learn fantastic facts, and witness some history. Plus, tomorrow is the beginning of Dog Appreciation Month, so check out some top products to show love to your furry family member. That's all coming up shortly, but now let's get into what makes this day special.
So today is National Crayon Day.
Ooh, I love a good crayon.
Yes, we do. And they're actually newer than I thought they were.
Oh.
So crayons were first introduced in 1903.
Okay.
For some reason, in my head, they existed for a long time.
Yeah.
But before then, kids would color with either colored clay or chalk. So it was kind of like, almost like sidewalk chalk.
Yeah.
Which I still do.
I love sidewalk chalk.
But
it's so fun.
Yeah, and that was about all that they had to color with, because usually they were coloring on like blackboards.
Yeah.
So, but then in 1903, Binney and Smith, which was a small firm at the time, made the first crayon, and then so they're the ones who made Crayola crayons.
Okay.
Crayons as we know them today.
Yeah. Yes.
And the name Crayola came from the French word for chalk, and then ola, as in like oily or oleaginous.
Okay.
I think was the other word. I don't know. I know oily.
Yeah.
So they called it oily chalk.
Okay.
So because
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The consistency of it, the texture.
Exactly.
Yeah, smooth.
Yeah, it's like it's wax but colored.
Yep.
And kind of it serves the same purpose as what chalk did at the time, but it's a little oilier.
Yeah.
So that's where the name Crayola came from.
I love crayons.
They've cycled a few colors over the years.
Okay.
There was actually this was something I thought was really funny. The first time they got rid of colors, I think it was like 8 colors. When they announced it, the next day there was immediately people lined up outside to protest the banning, and one of the groups was called Rumps, which was Raw, Umber, and Maize Preservation Society, which was 2 of the colors that they were trying to ban.
Oh.
I thought that was
Wow,
hilarious.
that's funny.
And I think they ended up keeping those colors.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I know. So
Wow.
color with a crayon today, I
Yeah,
guess.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely came out a lot longer than I thought it would. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So today is also National Tater Day, meaning tater tot. And tater tots are actually considered fine dining in a lot of places. It's actually considered fine dining food, and I didn't realize that.
Kidding.
Yeah. And it's like not to me considered that, but that's what it is. Basically, it's just about the celebration of tater tots. I mean, nothing special besides maybe eating some today.
There's nothing more versatile than a tater tot.
Nothing more versatile, and I love tater tots because, I mean, when you're not in the mood for a fry,
But you want some
but you still want some potato,
Sometimes-
and just throw it in your mouth, like it's just like
Exactly.
like popcorn.
And sometimes I want something crisp.
Exactly.
Fries aren't really, they don't give you a crunch when you bite into them. Tater tots do.
Yeah, and it's like the size is cute. The little tot
Yes.
size is very cute.
And honestly, I think tater tots are one of my favorite forms of fried potatoes.
Yeah. You haven't had crunchy fries though?
I've had crunchy fries before.
Yeah.
But like usually they don't have that like,
that like deep crunch like a tater tot.
Yeah,
Got
exactly,
you. Got you.
exactly.
Okay, awesome. Well, you guys should have some crayons and tater tots today.
Don't eat the
Don't eat the
crayons.
crayons. That's not what I meant. I meant like, draw with crayons. It's time for our ENC event. The 18th Annual Pirate Fest is this Saturday at the Greenville Town Common from 11 a.m. to 7. Enjoy pirate costumes, street food, live music, and arts and crafts. Pirate Fest was also named 2024 Event of the Year, and it's free.
ooh!
Yes, for more info, be sure to check out Kaylee's story, which is going to be later in the week, and you can head to piratefestnc.com for more info.
Yes,
So that'll be fun.
that'll be really good. I didn't know it was like Event of the Year.
Yeah, that's what it was named last year, which is that's a big deal. Yeah.
And there might be a few people from the station here who make an appearance.
You may
at
never know who's
Pirate
going to
Fest.
be there. You might want to check it out.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun for sure.
Ah.
Yeah, bring in that pirate, I guess.
Pirate spirit.
Spirit.
Hurrah! Ahoy!
Ahoy. Coming up on this special two-part episode, we are going to be getting a closer look at North Carolina's first Capitol. Don't go anywhere, you won't want to miss it. Hey everyone, I'm your host Davia. Right now we are in New Bern at the historical Tryon Palace. We are here to explore both the kitchen office and the stables. Both of these buildings survived the 1798 fire at the Tryon Palace, and we are here to experience all of the amazing daily operations that they had in the 1700s. Let's get into it. So we are here with Crystal, a historic interpreter here at the Tryon Palace. Crystal, thank you for allowing us to chat with you.
No problem.
So how has the layout of the kitchen been able to support daily operations in the 1700s here?
Well, it's very interesting because the biggest meal of the day comes from the kitchen office. And without the kitchen office, you don't have that. And the biggest meal of the day takes 2 to 3 hours to eat. So they're cooking in here literally all day. And most of the cooking happens just in this one room. But the rest of the building is used for different things. So you've got a room just for washing dishes and storing them. You've got a room just for doing laundry. You've got a room just for the secretary to work on paperwork for the governor. You've got rooms for bedchambers. So day-to-day life, most of the stuff that's happening in here is happening with the foodstuffs, as opposed to like the cleaning in everyday life, except for the laundry, of course.
Now, how would you say the kitchen is advanced for its time? Because I know it has a lot of things
Oh my goodness.
that a lot of other places didn't have in the 1700s here.
Yes.
How?
So our kitchen is so strange because most of the time when you see a colonial kitchen, you see a small, dark kitchen. It is hard to see, it is cramped, but we have such a large, bright kitchen because it's very much for a modern English style manor home. In England, they're like, oh, this is normal. Yeah. This is what we normally have.
Yeah.
So we think of it as very modern conveniences for the people of the colonial times. We have a clock-wound spit jack that is very much, it was made in the 1600s, but over here, there were only maybe 3.
Okay.
And that's because they just didn't know about them yet, and they were so expensive. So it was a very new thing for over here.
That's so cool.
So very modern conveniences. We have our own hot water heating system where we put coals under and heat up water, so we've got hot water all day. And our beehive oven, instead of being inside of our hearth, is on the side of it, which was a new modern thing that was actually happening during the time. That wasn't normal for most colonial style kitchens. So a lot of things that were space saving and time saving.
And so I know this is the first floor. Tell us what's on the second floor.
Second floor, we have one room that's just dry laundry. So after the laundry was done, and a lot of times the laundry would take a week to do, they would take it upstairs and do the ironing, and that was the dry laundry. A lot of that was mending and doing that. And then you had a bedchamber for the servants. And when we talk about the servants or the domestic laborers here at the palace, we're talking about the free paid workers, and we're also talking about the enslaved non-paid workers as well. And they all stayed in this building upstairs. So there was a room for the females and for the males, and then the cook had their own bedchamber as well.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about the Tryon Palace or the kitchen itself?
I mean, it's always fun here. It's always interesting. I do the recipes and things. So
exactly.
There's always new stuff going on. We're always trying to do new recipes. It's just fun. And if you can come, see what we're working on, it's always great. And come to a tour. Our tours are exciting. Learn about these people, learn about their history.
Be sure not to go anywhere because coming up, we are going to be continuing our tour at the Tryon Palace. Stay with us. It's time for the moment of Zen. Use this time to calm your mind, whether that's by taking a few deep breaths or meditating. Let go of any distractions or stress and focus on the present. Use this time to relax and find peace. Coming up on this special two-part episode, we are going to be getting a closer look at North Carolina's first Capitol. Don't go anywhere, you won't want to miss it. Welcome back to Eastern Lifestyle. In this two-part episode, we're exploring Tryon Palace in New Bern. Previously, we spoke with Crystal to learn about the kitchen office and the daily operations in the 1700s. Now we'll be speaking with a research historian to uncover some interesting facts about the stables here at the palace. So we are here with Lindy, a research historian here at the Tryon Palace. Lindy, thank you for allowing us to chat with you.
It's my pleasure.
So how has the layout of the stable office allowed for daily operations in the 1700s to be successful?
Sure, so this is going to be the place where you are maintaining any type of wheeled vehicle that you have, which very few people have those. And a governor, of course, is one of those people who is going to have access to that. Yeah. And your horses, of course. So we have our stalls for the horses, which are based on research on 18th century stables, although we don't exactly know what they would have looked like. So you would have had all of your working functions down here, caring for vehicles, caring for animals, and then upstairs either a mix of sleeping spaces or granary and fodder storage for the animals that you're maintaining.
Okay, awesome. And so the stable is also known as like a coach room and a harness room as well?
It has many different functions.
Okay.
So we're standing in basically the stalls area.
Right.
We have a similar room across the hall. There's also a harness room. That's where you're going to be keeping all of your tack for hitching up those horses to whatever vehicle you're using. Saddles. We know that Governor Tryon and his wife were both accomplished horse riders, and that would be an easier way to travel than by a wheeled vehicle. But then there's also 2 coach bays that are in the back.
So also, I know that there was a fire in 1798 causing the main building to burn down.
Correct.
And the stables stayed.
Correct. So it was February 28th. There was basically the fire alarm, the neighbors crying fire. Everyone who could get out here rushed out here in the middle of the night. They were doing basically a bucket brigade style attempt to keep the fire from spreading. They ended up taking ropes and pulling down the colonnades. So probably one of the reasons that they were able to so easily do so was because the building wasn't in an advanced state of disrepair by that point. But that is the reason that they were able to save the wings, was they pulled down all the connections and then the main building burned completely to the ground.
Wow, that's amazing. So the stables and the kitchen were the 2 buildings that
surviving.
stayed. Wow.
Yes. Right after the palace burned down, they rented spaces to people who needed places to keep their horses, so that makes a lot of sense. And then by the Civil War, there's one photograph of it, about 1863, and it looks like the building is completely gutted, but it has its 18th century look intact, and it's been a valuable research resource. But then in the 20th century, in 19th century, and then into the 20th century, it was transformed into multifamily housing, basically. So 2 units on the ground floor and 2 units upstairs.
Well, is there anything else you'd just like to share about these stables itself and why people should come and check this historical place out?
I think one of the reasons why this stable is so unique is because it is our original building. So when you're walking in to see the brick, you're seeing some of that original 18th century brick that was most likely made in New Bern at one of the brickyards in town.
I bet the experience, when people come is full of different sights, smells, and of that time period. Yes. So that's amazing. That was such an incredible experience. This is my first time at the Tryon Palace, and the craftsmanship here is truly incredible. You guys should definitely come to the Tryon Palace and experience all that this place has to offer for yourselves. You can find out more information at tryonpalace.org. It's time for the life hack of the day. Did you know that you can use fabric softener sheets to keep your window screens pollen and dust free? All you do is rub a fabric softener sheet along the surface. This is supposed to make your home feel fresher and your air cleaner.
Huh.
So
you rub it over your window screens?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because the fabric softener sheets are kind of waxy. I wonder if it leaves some of that on the screen, and that kind of keeps the pollen from sticking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm going. That's how I'm going.
That's what I'm going. That's what I'm going with.
If I'm wrong, sorry.
Yeah, I would try that.
Yeah,
Like a
absolutely.
cool one.
And then because air passes through your window screens, and
exactly.
it will pick up the scent from the fabric
Yeah,
softener.
and just like how fabric softener sheets like get rid of like dust, obviously.
Yeah.
You can do it with pollen.
Yeah.
We have a lot of pollen right now.
Oh my, so much of it.
Yeah. So now it's time for us to get into trivia. Which Hollywood actress known for her roles in The Killers and Mogambo was born in North Carolina? Is it A, Marilyn Monroe, B, Audrey Hepburn, C, Judy Garland, or D, Ava Gardner? We'll have the answer right after the break. All right, we're back. If you chose D, Ava Gardner, you're correct. Ava was born in Grabtown, North Carolina on December 24th, 1922. She became one of the most glamorous stars of Hollywood's golden age, and today the Ava Gardner Museum in Smithfield, North Carolina honors her legacy. From long walks on the beach to enjoying a meal together, there is nothing like quality time with your dog. That's right. It is time to show our four-legged friends how much we love them. Jessica Wills and Rachel Moyer are standing by with the top products for your pup from consumer resource Best Reviews.
We all want the best for our pups, whether it's tasty treats or fun toys to keep them entertained. However, with an endless option to choose from, you may need a little help picking the perfect products for your pooch.
So joining us now with the top tested products for your dog is Senior Director of Content Operations from Best Reviews, Jacob Palmer, with the cutest display ever. Jacob, thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. There's a ton of new innovation, ton of new products every year, and we've got some of our favorites to show today.
So let's start with this right here, Jacob. Tell me about this.
Kind of always with these Best Review segments, we also want to make sure that the people that are taking care of the dogs are taken care of as well. And that's why we love these Trot feeding stations. Number one, they come with this topper to it, so if you are traveling a lot, maybe you need to drop them off at the in-laws or whatever, it's great because you can just pack it all up and go. And also what we love about it is it's good for all kinds of dogs. Obviously it's elevated, so if you have an older dog that's a little bit friendlier for their neck, but also if you have a dog that gets pretty aggressive when he eats, maybe he really gets into it, these are great too because these are magnetically held into place. Last thing that we love about it is that it also has a little bit of a puzzle in the food bowl, so you can make sure that it slows them down a little bit. So we love that as well. It's like 5 different products all in one.
Wow, yeah, it looks great and it's great for them. So we love to hear that. That's wonderful. Speaking of things that are great for them, we've got our wellness section right here. Of course, people want to be healthy and they also want their pets to stay healthy.
And it's such an interesting thing, because I feel like as recently as like 10 years ago, dog wellness was kind of like, oh, it looks fine.
Yeah.
And now like people are really kind of taking into account all of the different ways that they can make sure that their dog is on the up and up. And we'll start here with these superfood powders that you can sprinkle over their food. It's great for digestive health. This is a great product for that. And it's kind of innovative in that way because a lot of times, you didn't think about gut health with your dog, but it does relieve a lot of their issues and make a lot of things a lot easier for you.
Nice, and you've got the balm there as well. So what's that?
Oh, of course, every dog needs a good skincare routine, right? And so this is great because there's a couple different ones that you can do here. One is great for their paws, and especially if you're living in an area and they love going on those walks, they can make sure they get the balm over it so that it's nice and soft. It maintains and doesn't get ripped up too much, which is huge. And then the other one, is going to help out with it's got the best plant-based ingredients and make sure that their fur is looking good as well.
Yes. Well, of course, we got to make sure that they're also having some fun. These toys look like I would have fun with them. So what do we have right here, Jacob?
So this is from Play, and they obviously, you can tell by the table right here, they've got a ton of different stuff that you can check out. And it's perfect for dogs that like to play a little bit rougher too, because they're made to be very durable and made out of materials that are very thoughtful. And we love this one especially because it literally has like 3 toys in one. And so they can pull it out, it keeps them entertained, which is huge. And then also, it's got all the different things that you would think of in terms of being thoughtfully put together. So the materials are made out of recycled materials, and they're also just super durable.
Awesome, and I love that when you squish it, it makes that sound that dogs seem to just love.
Do
They
it.
go
Do
crazy.
it on the cheeseburger.
Earlier, I was using this phone. Jacob, I'm ruining your display here, but
No.
you can just hear how the dogs are just doing this all day long. I know it. There you go.
That's what we're looking for.
That's the powerful
If
one
your-
right
yeah,
there.
If your dog's watching, then they heard that for sure. Jacob, these are so cool.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much. As always, this is great. We appreciate it. Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar, and for more on these products and others, you can head to bestreviews.com. Or you can scan the QR code that you see right there on your screen.
How cool
How
are
cool.
those?
How cool. I might consider getting Zora one.
I wish I had a dog to get one for.
Get one. So now it's time for What's in the Box, where both of us stick our hand through the side of this box to guess what's inside.
I'm nervous.
Me too. Let's see what it is.
What?
Oh, that's bigger than I thought.
Is that a punching bag?
Ball? Punching bag?
Is it a punching bag?
That's a punching bag.
It is.
Yep. Wow.
Can I punch it?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna punch it.
Oh, that was it.
Thank you so much for being with us today. Always remember to enjoy every moment of your Eastern lifestyle, and we'll see you tomorrow. Segments in today's episode are sponsored by the Tryon Palace and Best Reviews.